Okay, this is Kielder Forest Drive and we're going to give it a bash on the Africa Twin. It's the first time I've had this on gravel, so we'll see how it goes. Just selecting the gravel mode, which cuts my power down to, it cuts it down to level 3, which is it's a little bit less jumpy on the throttle. Engine braking on 3 and traction control on 6, and I'll just knock the rear ABS off as well, and then put it into sports 2 mode, and we're off. And we're just coming off, I've literally just come off the main road into the Forest Drive, so we're coming at the top end, the A696 end, which is not the Kielder end, the other end. So we're gonna go down this and we'll end up at that Kielder. And it's years since I've been on this trail. Can't remember exactly how gravelly or tarmacy it is. I stopped for a few minutes just to put the camera on the helmet. I wasn't going to put the camera on, but I thought I brought it, so I'll give it a bash. And not seeing another vehicle, so hopefully we might have the drive to ourselves. It's a £3 fee if you decide to come up and use this. When you pay it at the Kielder end, just an honesty box. Just doing about 25 to 30 mile an hour along here. It's not too bad. Just getting used to how it moves about underneath me. I've not done a great deal of off-road stuff on gravel. Did a bit of TET last year, but most of that was on sort of hard green lanes, and it was during the really good weather we had, so the ground was really hard packed, not a problem. And I had road tyres on then. Tyres I've got on this one are 80/20 gravel on the front and around 50/50 on the back, so they're pretty ideal for this kind of stuff. I don't know this trail, and I don't know how deep the gravel is, and so I'm just going to take this, my first time out, a little bit steadier, just to get to know it, to get to know the bike. I've not used the gravel mode before, and it's the first time I've used knocking the ABS off as well. It's a DCT bike, so I'm not doing any gear changes, although I can change it to manual changes if I want to. but it seems to be okay to ride it in DCT on here. One of my favourite places, Kielder. Should have brought my tent up, and I've got to stop the night in a tent. Some brilliant mountain biking routes around here. Quite a few routes, quite a few videos on YouTube on this bikers doing this route, so I think it's quite popular with motorbikers. And there's also a few other routes you can do around here that sort of you go off these tracks, but obviously they're not signed, and if you do go on there, you want to set your GPS to record your route so you can find the roads back out of there. Just trying to relax on the deep stuff. And then this road should drop us down into Kielder Castle and Kielder villages. It's about I think 11 or 12 miles in total. I haven't really measured it so on the clock, so I'm not sure how much I've done at the moment. Trying to relax my hands. Jump in between second and third there. About 28-29 miles an hour is the jump up from second to third on the DCT when it's in sports 2, so I'm doing about that going along here really. About 30 miles an hour. 25 now. Like I said, not very fast for my first time. cars move over about 2 inches. Thinking a motorbike can just go all over the grass. Nothing behind me. Doing about 35 up there, but it's got a little bit deeper here. Felt the back wheel slipping then. I think if the ABS had been on, that would have been dropping me power. I think it's pretty suitable for any bike along here. You could probably bring a racing bike along here, no problem. It's not gravel's not too bad, not that bad. A novice like me can do it. Pretty sure anybody can. This is nice now, bit of sand, nice and hard packed. Switching out on the gravelly on the corners. Not sure if there's a midpoint that's got a viewpoint up here or not. This could be it. Oh, look at that view. Amazing. This is where maybe I have to just go a little bit slower, just going, I don't know, it's holding back up here. It's got a tip sensor, so it doesn't sort of run away from second into third when you're coming downhill with the DCT gearbox. Pulls it nicely in second. I could pop it up to third if I wanted to, but no need. Six miles to the castle. So I think that's, yeah, I think that must be like halfway at that point. I think it's 12 miles altogether. It's just popped into third. That's because we're come down the hill and it's leveled out a bit now. A bit breezy up here, but nice weather. It's like 4:30 in the afternoon, so not bad. 17 degrees. It was about 22 back in Newcastle, but we're a little bit higher up here. Just gonna pop it in manual. So when it's in manual now, I've got control over the gear. It won't change up or down unless I do it manually on the left hand grip here. There's a plus and a minus. A plus on my forefinger and a minus on my thumb. The only time it will go down a gear is if I bring the bike to a stop. It automatically then selects neutral, and then when you set off again, you set off in first. You can't set off in any other gear but first gear. Wow, this scenery is amazing. I'm concentrating on the road, so I'm not looking around a great deal. I'll be able to see it better when I watch the video back. Just feathering the back brake lightly there. We can see our journey ahead. Sure if it's different price for motorbikes or cars or camper vans or whatever, or if it's just one price. I have a feeling it's just one price, £3 no matter what kind of vehicle you've got. Not something I would do an awful lot and pay over £3, but it's a nice drive and it's good to support the forest. Amazing views looking down. I might be lucky and get a good view looking down over Kielder water. I'm not sure if the road drops down before we get the view of Kielder water or not. Not sure. It looks as though we are dropping down quite a bit, to be honest. see the satellite station on that hill ahead. I think one of the mountain biking routes goes up to that station, then comes down. I think that's a black route called no, a red route. I think Dead was that the one called Deadwater? I'm not sure. It's a while since I've been mountain biking up here. There's some pretty good tracks though. Rough surface. Steady through the sheep.
300 yards, turn left, Forest Drive.
And I think that could be the gravel done. I think this is a mountain biking. Yeah, I think this is a bit you do on a mountain bike when you come up. There's a really nice blue route, one of my favourite ones, that you come up here. This is not so interesting, but you go sort of around there and then up into the woods on the left hand side and then right onto the top. That's quite spectacular. It's only a blue run, which is easy to intermediate, but it's a really nice fast flowing route. I think that's all the gravel done, maybe a little bit coming down the hill into Kielder Castle, but yeah, I think I quite enjoyed that. I was going about 29, 30 mile an hour on the straight and 25, maybe down to 20 on some of the corners. So It wasn't fast by any means, and I wasn't spraying gravel around the corners, but I managed to keep the bike upright, and we're back onto some gravel. There's one of the tracks for the mountain bike coming out just on the left there. You come up this way on the mountain bike, but you weave in and out of these trees on the left hand side. It's quite a nice little ride through the trees there. I thought this was all tarmac coming down here, but I guess I've not done this before, with normally being in the trees. And oh. Quite rough, that bit. Back onto some tarmac. I don't think we're going to get a good view of Kielder water. Again,
300 yards, keep left, then at the end of the road, turn right.
and I think this is a place up here.
Keep left, then at the end of the road, turn right.
So that's it. I'm going to pull in here, and then I'm going to pay my £3. And this is Kielder Castle. Bike hire place, the car park, and Kielder water is kind of down that way. Okay.